Hello and welcome to my thoughts on My Little Pony Friends Forever 35, 36, and 37. Whoa, we're jumping around, I know. So, issue 35 starts off with Starlight and Twilight. Hell yeah, we don't get enough Starlight in these. Honestly, we got a cozy squad. Twilight, Starlight, Spike, and now Alicious. You know, they're just at home chillin'. The only way Twilight knows how. Sorting books. Classic Twilight. And while sorting books, Twilight decides, yo, now would be the perfect time to give Starlight a friendship lesson. A 2-for-1 checklist special, can you believe it? But uh-oh, Starlight doesn't think sorting books is very fun. Master Manipulator Twilight. Okay, I just thought we could go through some old spells together. But I guess if I find some cool Star Swirl shit, I'll just let you know later. To be fair, though, I don't actually think Twilight is trying to manipulate Starlight here. I think she's just being sincerely sad. But either way, it works, and Starlight is on board, with the hope that she'll actually get to study some magic instead of just some friendship. But anyway, they get to the castle of the two sisters, and immediately, Spike gets attacked by a flower. Which is weird. Why is it here? Why is it here? It's here to destroy the book, but why is it doing it conveniently literally right now? Star Swirl wrote this book over 1,000 years ago, little plant boy. What are you doing with your life? Anyway though, semantics aside, Spike gets attacked by this flower, and it makes him very sneezy. So the girls decide to banish him to another part of the castle so he doesn't kill them. But then, out of nowhere, Twilight and Starlight get into an argument about book sorting efficiency. SMH, Starlight, you don't know what you're talking about. But that little plant boy has not given up. He wants that book. He just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and oh god, he's taken over the entire castle now. Man, now Alicious MVP. Very reminiscent of that one episode with Rarity and Spike, where she gets possessed by the Inspiration Manifestation, that one. Where she gets possessed by the book from the Castle of the Two Sisters. Owlicious is out here doing God's work, and Twilight and Starlight have the gall to yell at him. Bitches. But luckily, Spike, who still has the book, figured out what the hell's going on with the plants. Well, I mean, I guess he doesn't. He figures out they're after the book, and then he gives it to Twilight, and then Twilight reads the book. And fortunately, inside the book is how to stop the plant boy. They have to do a legendary friendship chant, written by none other than Star Swirl the Bearded and the legendary Melvin the Manticore. You know, it's Melvin the Manticore. Of course, you guys know Melvin the Manticore, obviously, right? Okay, not to get into the semantics of the incantation. Twilight's like, ooh boy, of course Star Swirl wrote it. It sure sounded familiar. I mean, it does sound familiar. And it is related to Star Swirl. But you wrote this, Twilight, not Star Swirl, no! The incantation that Twilight reads in this book is based off what she writes at the end of Season 3, her alteration to Star Swirl's spell. Twilight rewrites from one to another, another to one, to from all of us together, together we're friends. Star Swirl didn't write this. Big L. And if we want to keep the semantics train rolling, Starlight has the wrong hair. She's rocking her communism bangs instead of her comb-over swoopy. That is not a big L, but don't think I didn't notice. So like, kind of ultimately, nothing really happens? The conflict is a physical altercation with Plant Boy. There's the superficial argument with Twilight and Starlight, but it's artificially constructed by Plant Boy. And you know, Plant's just kind of here, chillin', and it just kind of feels like, oh, okay, we're fighting a plant now. Don't know why, but it's happening. So the moral of the story turns out to be, teachers don't always know everything. And I mean, hey, speedrunning Season 7 finale a year before it came out. But this story does not do a good job at, like, getting us to that conclusion. Maybe if we were shown, like, some kind of pent-up frustration between the two earlier on, and maybe Starlight feels it, but there's no evidence that Twilight does. It kind of just feels like the plant just makes it happen, rather than amplifying what already exists. So Twilight learning any kind of lesson from this is kinda hollow. I get what they're going for. They seem to be pulling from No Second Prances with Twilight micromanaging Starlight, but I mean, it was still a nice story. I like Twilight. I like Starlight. I like Owlicious. Spike's okay. You know though, I love Melvin the Manticore. Huge Melvin fan. If I had read this story a week earlier, I 100% would have changed my profile picture to Melvin the Manticore for April Fools. Damn, missed opportunity. Real quick art changes. These 3 narration boxes, I recolored Twilight violet. As well as in this establishing shot, I recolored Twilight's bubble purple. Just cause, I don't know. I don't usually do that, but Honestly, I'm probably gonna stop talking about text box recolors from now on. The rate at which they occur, it's a lot. And honestly, who cares? The end. Issue 36. Now it's time to celebrate. Heartwarming Eve is here once again. Well, winter is here. Man, I can't believe last issue, Spike was giving Twilight shit for planning for Heartwarming. Apparently, it's right around the corner. And the girls have all decided they're taking a snow day. When, in comes Rainbow Dash. I really don't understand Rainbow's response to Rarity. I see you've gotten a head start on your day off, Rainbow Dash. The first snow is taken care of. What does that mean in response to Rarity's question? I truly don't understand that statement. Which is why I rephrased it, who do you think was in charge of the snow? Because that way, Rainbow questioning day off, because she didn't have a day off like the rest of the girls are planning, she actually had to go to work. That is the only thing I think that statement could mean, so I phrased it better. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, in comes Spitfire, boom, and girls covered in snow again. Funny. But you know what's even funnier? It happening a 3rd time. That's called the rule of 3s. That scientifically means it's funny. Anyway, Spitfire's got a mission. Soarin has run away to some super tall mountain to prove he's awesome, and it's Rainbow's job to bring him home. Pretty classic trope. The hero must climb this crazy mountain to reach the master at the end. But then they get there, they realize the training was the journey there the whole time. But in Soarin's case, it's constantly flying through this goddamn blizzard. And this is actually a really cool story, because Soarin is a character we see fairly regularly, but he is so not important, with his only notable role being almost getting replaced for the Equestria games. Which said incident is the driving force for this story, which is cool. It's nice to actually get some Soarin character development for once. And Rainbow's just here to remind him that even some pony as awesome as her can still get struck by lightning, paralyzed, and fall to her death. She's all like, "You're the funny guy, we need you to counterbalance Spitfire." It's just a cute little story. I really liked it a lot. There isn't like anything particular I want to talk about with it. It's just good, you know? So, art changes. Okay, this panel here. Rainbow says, "The Wonderbolts are on winter hiatus. I'm taking the whole season off." I swapped those 2 sentences around just because I think it flows better that way. Day off, I'm taking the season off. The Wonderbolts are on winter hiatus. I just think it works better. And also, while I was here, I noticed Rarity's back right leg was not drawn in, so I quickly booped it on. On this page, there are 2 scenes where there is a picture frame in the back, which is empty. It's just basic bitch background blue colored. So I just threw in a screenshot of Rainbow and Tank together for fun. On this page here, all of the narration boxes I recolored Spitfire colored, and that is officially the last time I will ever talk about recolored text boxes. And the last change for this comic is this panel here. Split Flap, I think that's his name, Split Flap, shouts yes. I just made it so that Jet was also shouting yes with him. Cause like Rainbow asks a question, then Jet shouts yes, and then Rainbow asks a question, then Split Flap shouts yes, and then Rainbow asks a question. I just figured it would be way better if they both shouted yes, besides just the one guy. Issue 37. Rarity and Sweetie Belle are off to Manhattan for Sapphire Shore stuff, which is crazy, because at this point, shouldn't Rarity's contract with Sapphire Shores be done? Oh well, I guess she got a new one. and the two of them run into Babs, which is not important because this story is not about Babs and Sweetie Belle. They go off and do their own shit. This story is about the great and powerful Trixie. Low-key, or high-key, it's actually pretty annoying. Every single time Trixie pops up in the comics, everyone throws shade at her and she has to go, I changed. Do we really have to do this every single time, guys? Also, side tangent, Rarity and Trixie already did this in Friendship is Magic 2122, which those two comics are also canon with Friends Forever 6. And for the most part, Friendship is Magic and Friends Forever do a good job not contradicting each other. It's so funny that the story takes place after To Wear 'Em Back, and Rarity's still like, Trixie. Bro saved your life, man, come on. Needless to say, any plausible reason for Rarity to treat Trixie this way is well past its expiration dates, whether we're going by comic lore or actual show lore. Even if Rarity doesn't like her, which I get because Trixie is Trixie, Rarity tries to nope out of this way too hard. Poor Trixie doesn't deserve this. And because Rarity doesn't want to work with her, she accidentally sets Sapphire Shores on fire.
Teamwork, am I right?
God damn it, Rarity. At least she had the balls to come forward and stand up for Trixie with Sapphire Shores. It's a shame that we don't, see what makes Rarity really change. Just one moment she's all like, no one cares about your dumb fireworks, Trixie. And then the next moment, she's batting for her. Okay. Which is weird because there's a lot of dialogue in this story. Just none of it's used to actually get Rarity from point A to point B. It was still a nice story though. I like Rarity. I like Trixie. They're fun. And nice and simple, there are no art changes. Wow. Honestly, I think that's all I have to say about these three stories. They were pretty nice and simple, straightforward. Nothing, no complex nuances for me to ponder. I do think 35 needed a little bit more help, pushing Twilight and Starlight to fighting and not just plant dust to make them mad. For any actual meaningful friendship lesson to come out of it. But I mean, regardless, it was still really fun. 36 I thought was really good. It's nice to see Soarin actually get a win. Maybe it was too much just sitting around touchy-feely talk, but it was written very well. Yeah, I guess in hindsight, it really is just a Rainbow talking to a bunch of ponies. I still had a really good time with it though. And 37, I think the concept is good, but Rarity's reason for disliking Trixie, old news. In a post-No Second Prances To Wear 'Em Back world, couldn't she just dislike Trixie for her general arrogance, recklessness, and obliviousness?
I'm confused. What are you saying?
Trixie's not exactly
Competent.
That would have been a much fresher take. But yeah, anyway, those have been my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and until next time.